He fires it in for a strike against C.J. Vasquez.
Very respectable line for Nick O'Brien. 4 innings pitched, 7 hits, limited to the 1 run, though, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts.
As the sun has set, I'm starting to regret not bringing a sweater, as I was originally planning to. 1-1 now. Always gets cold, you know. You'd think I'd learn.
No learning curve here. I should have as well. I walked right past it this morning.
Houston sets up. Swing and a miss. Fooled him with the off speed. 1-2 now. I'm going to check our Twitter to see if anyone has tweeted us on the benefits or detract something or other about mayonnaise. Well, we have one person saying, "You're not wrong. Mayo is disgusting. Thank you for supporting our beliefs and our crusade against mayonnaise."
I wouldn't go that far.
It's not a very big crusade. It's just 2 of us in this one game. We're probably not going to talk about it again.
Although I must say, as that pitch is low and outside for ball 3, I do like chicken salad. That is the only thing with mayonnaise.
I'm just not a fan of mayonnaise in general. I believe egg salad is also made with mayonnaise.
Egg salad also has eggs, though, so I'm just not a fan in general.
Not a fan of
Nope.
eggs? Really? I'm surprised.
I've warmed up to them in the past.
Well, that's ball 4. Now to bring up the next batter. My mic cords kind of intertwined, so I'm having to get a little flexible.
Like Ghostbusters, don't cross the stream, Sam.
Don't cross the mic cords.
Exactly.
Well, I'm going to have to uncross them at the end of the inning.
Vasquez,
or I can just try to right now.
Vasquez's second walk, by the way, already on the night, so he's 0 for 1 with 3 plate appearances.
That one's fouled off, 0-1.
Houston does have 10 strikeouts coming into this one. The power pitcher.
We never actually answered the original question. Why do you say get some mustard behind that hit, or mustard on the ball?
And I do not know.
And Belen Jesuit's wearing mustard yellow shirts tonight, too. Bunt attempt, bad. Throw to Ogazali. He's over to first, just in time to avoid the tag. Count is 1-1. Lucky break for Vasquez on the base pass.
He was dancing a little bit too far off the bag. He noticed that Ogazali was playing in front of the bag, and he had a little bit of breathing room. But Logan Client putting a bit of pressure on Vasquez over at first.
Why is he dancing? This is a baseball game. Inside 2-1. I'm sorry.
We are just full of colloquialisms then, I guess.
And
tonight.
dad jokes.
Indeed.
Can't get enough of them.
Well, you know, I don't know why it is mustard, but I do know why it is that you say that somebody muffs a ball when they misplay it.
Really?
Indeed. I will tell you after this pitch.
This pitch is a 2-1 from Houston, and it's outside to make a 3-1.
So we're going to go way back to the beginning of baseball, as in the 19th century, back with baseball clubs, baseball being 2 words. Now the clubs initially only had 1 team, but as the popularity of the sport continued to grow and grow, and the baseball clubs, once again 2 words, continued to grow in size.
If you don't mind, that one was ball 4. It got behind the catcher, but it doesn't matter because it's ball 4, so the runner can't advance anyway.
And I have
there's going to be a mound visit, and go ahead as I play some music.
I have the perfect opportunity to continue my story now. So as the sport continued to grow in popularity, teams had to grow into 2 different teams. There was the A team, and then what we would now think of as the minor league team for the less talented players as the clubs continue to grow. These games were taken very, very seriously, though, almost as seriously as the top teams game. These teams, these lesser teams, were known as the muffin teams. So you muffin, which eventually turned into muff, and that is how we get a muffed is a misplay.
You know what? I'm going to throw out a bonus trivia question.
Go for it. This is the second.
More just to you,
okay.
Really. First baseball team ever founded.
Well, first baseball team ever founded that's still currently in circulation is the Cincinnati Reds, of course.
And the first ever as well. They were the Red Stockings way back, I believe it was 1876.
1876, very good. But, I mean, if you want to go back even further with the the Harlem. There was a Harlem, I believe the Harlem Knickerbockers baseball club.
Check swing and a miss, 0-1. I believe, no, the Cincinnati Red Stockings were the first professional baseball
there
team.
we
They're
go.
the first baseball team to pay their players.
There we go. But yeah, no, that
Cincinnati
I was very aware of that.
Houston looks at the runners on second and third. Bunt laid down. Same placement as that earlier perfect bunt. Gets him at first. So there's an out on the board, but runners on second and third now for Andrew Hernandez. Number 24, Andrew Hernandez.
Big opportunity now for the Wolverines to break open this game, so to speak. Right now the lead is 1, but Hernandez, who currently has 6 RBIs on the year, with 2 more in scoring position.
Houston. I'm getting a call.
I would decline that one.
Yeah, I'm just going to decline that, see if they leave a voicemail. I'm kind of otherwise occupied at the moment.
Just a tad.
Just a little bit. 0-1.
Oh, we apologize, by the way, for the overexposed video with the continued change in setup here as we have this first year at the beautiful new baseball facility. We continue to mix and match to try new things.
Time called.
In order to get the best possible coverage of each and every game to you. So we apologize with the difficulty right now. We're going to try to still bring to you North Broward baseball as best as we can.
So now Houston sets up to Hernandez. Gets it. Houston bobbles it. Throws it to first. Gets the second out. And Ogrezali sees the runner on third. Back to third. Stepping up to bat, number 4, Gabriel.
Good composure there from Blake Houston, the sophomore, to be able to pick it up. He knows he has plenty of time. He looks back the runner and Vasquez and fires onto first base for the second out.
Oh, I thought you were mocking my.
Oh no, I would never do that.
Just trying
I would
to
never
work
mock
my
you,
way through
Sam.
that apparent technical glitch.
I would never mock you, Sam.
Thank you. I appreciate that. There's a pitch. Got behind Desendegi. Ducked with good reason. 1-0.
By the way, just an advisory, I will be attempting to move the camera in a better situation, so I do so at my own risk.
And the risk of the rest of us as well, I guess. Well, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Takes that count right to 1-1. Remember, 2 outs, runners on second and third, meaning there's 2 Rispies.
Houston running up the velocity.
If we want to talk baseball-related terms and food, I've heard people refer to an RBI as a ribeye steak before. I don't understand that. That's longer than saying RBI.
Ribby, though, I suppose.
I mean, you take it from there, but saying a ribeye steak is longer than saying RBI.
I think that just goes back to what you were saying before about base knock versus base hit.
I suppose. Here's a pitch. Low and inside, 3-1. A lot of people not happy about that call.
It's been there all of night, though, or it hasn't been, should I say. It's been fairly consistent for that umpire. That low and inside to righties has not been going to the pitchers.
At this point, you'd think that the pitchers would just realize this. Attempted a pickoff throw to second, but wisely held on to the ball as there was no one covering the base.
That drives up your heart pressure just a little bit more, though. You never want to see any pitcher fake with the ball in his hand.
North Broward has gone away from the previous shift they had all the way to the left-hand side as now the bases are loaded on that walk, bringing up Armando Albert. No pitting. Number 1, Armando Albert. Okay, so it seems that I have to hold the microphone to my chest to be able to prevent it from glitching, because I believe it's where the bottom of the microphone connects with the cord. It's causing the issue. Doing a little tech support here on the air. Here's a pitch. Outside, 1-0.
Hardly MacGyvering it, but still well done to address the problem.
Out why.
Address the problem and figure it out. No need to do anything special.
Waiting for more mayonnaise tweets to come in.
I think you'll be waiting for a long time, Sam.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to get any more. It was fun while it lasted. Steps off. Did he just attempt the double pickoff maneuver?
Yeah, that works about once every 7 or 8 years. That's really just to keep them honest, especially that runner at second base. Should there be a base hit into the outfield, he wants to make sure that only one run scores.
Maybe it's his pump-up dance.
I would not agree, actually. I think that's factually incorrect.
1-1 will seem to work.
Seems as though Houston succeeds the most when he's able to slow down his rhythm.
Absolutely, Houston likes to work at his own pace. Ball just outside, 2-1. Houston not a power pitcher, really.
No, but he's been able to make do with what he can, and he uses that velocity, even though he doesn't have very much, to contradict very well with his breaking stuff.
Outside 3-1, primarily from the looks of it, throws more of a two-seamer than a four-seamer.
And that's another hallmark of somebody who's very crafty on the mound. He's able to use what he has to create even more life on his pitches.
Catcher's going to go back behind the plate after having a small chat with Houston. 3-1, 2 outs, top of the fifth. Bases are loaded, jammed, using the continuation of the baseball-related, food-related terms.
There you go. Well done.
Steps off, throws it to second this time.
Surprised to see Houston throw it.
I am as well, because that runs the risk of the runner on third being unchecked. I'm sure Houston has a plan in mind. Here's a pitch. Outside, a run's coming home. 2-0 now, Belen Jesuit up. That should bring up number 9. Stepping up to bat, number 9. Marcus Diaz. Now it seems Houston not quite as adept as O'Brien, the starting pitcher, getting himself out of difficult jams.
And now he's got to deal with Diaz, who's 1 for 2 on the night. He does have a base hit, did strike out in the 4th inning, but had a base knock in the 2nd.
Gets a strike. It's 0-1 now. Diaz is 1 for 2 on the day with a first. That's
a single.
1B with
1B.
A single. I was tripping over my own words there.
It's all right.
Try to translate.
I keep a very messy book, Sam, and it is a bit of a Da Vinci Code in which only I can decipher. I hope to leave it for posterity, where hopefully centuries later somebody will be able to decode it and create a sort of Rosetta Stone for my scorebook.
You want to see Dan Brown, or the future Dan Brown, write a book about your scorebook. There's a pitch. Ball outside, 1-2. Yeah, see the 1B. That could be a BB as well, meaning a walk.
I suppose. Then we have my B1Bs, which are bunt singles.
Exactly, so I'd just be all sorts of messed up. Here's the pitch. High, 2-2.
If you think you have a messier scorebook than I do, tweet us with pictures of your messy scorebook. I am pretty confident in my ability to top yours.
How about this? Just tweet us at all. Just tell us how you're doing. It's fine. We love hearing from our fans. And that one plunks Diaz in the back of his back. Right in the numbers. Another run comes in. 3-0. Belen Jesuits up. Now batting number 15, Eric Wilson.
That's hard luck for Houston. He was 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning, but he hits Diaz and now has to deal with Wilson.
Top of the order now. But as I was saying, yes, we love hearing from our fans. Anyone who happens to be tuning in, please go ahead. Tell us how you're doing. Anything. Start a